Hi, hello there friends, Skyrionn here. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back, and if you're new, then welcome to my space on the internet. Today, we're going back to a galaxy far, far away to look at 10 interesting facts in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. So grab yourself a quick drink, and we'll get started. Number 1. The idea of Knights of the Old Republic was thought about in about the year 2000. The storyline was to be set around the time of the Clone Wars, in which a plot would have focused on the clones. As this would have been very similar to the plot of the upcoming Star Wars movie, Star Wars 2 Attack the Clones. BioWare were given the creative freedom to set the game 4,000 years in the past, in which they had the ability to generally create any form of story that they wanted. Number 2. Skyrionn was a removed planet from the game that would have contained a star map. Not a lot is known about what BioWare intended for Skyrionn, but the planet had similar aspects to Nar Shaddaa as it dealt in shady businesses such as the slave trade. Like the other planets, Skyrionn would have been explorable with a main quest and a bunch of side quests. A restoration team did attempt to restore Skyrionn so that players could access it, but sadly, the project is now cancelled. Number 3. Knights of the Old Republic has been ranked in a lot of articles due to its ability to tell a great story. In 2007, Game Informer put it on its top 10 video game plot twists of all time, in which it ranked number 2. In 2012, Time magazine named it as one of the 100 greatest video games of all time. And the Los Angeles Times listed it as one of the most influential works of the Star Wars Expanded Universe. Number 4. Juhani is one of the first female characters written for the Star Wars universe that is a lesbian, as the player can only enter the romantic subplot if they select the female Revan in character creation. Looking at her relationship with Belaya also signifies this, as they are very close and could have possibly been in a relationship. If the player kills Juhani at the Grove, Belaya joins the Sith and attempts to kill Revan on Korriban. An error in the first release of the game did allow the male Revan to enter the romantic subplot, but this has since been fixed. Number 5. Multiple endings were taken out of the game. One was if the player chose to be a female and went down the dark path during the game, and had also completed the romantic storyline with Carth, then they would be given this optional ending. That's a lot of specific things to do to get one ending, isn't it? The ending would have given the player the ability to redeem themselves by killing Bastila after killing Malak. Carth would then help Revan see the light side, and they would die together on the Starforge as it is destroyed by the Republic fleet. A team did create a mod that recreated this scene and most of the other things that were cut from the game. There's a link to the mod below. Number 6. Just like its sequel, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic isn't a massively speedrun game. The times are still pretty impressive though. The current reigning champion is Sheet Metal, with completing the game on any percent with the time of 1 hour, 21 minutes, 46 seconds and 790 milliseconds. That's like 10 minutes in each part of the game. I always get lost underground in Taris' sewers. Number 7. So it's the end of the game. Everything has been leading up to this one moment when you're about to duel with Malak. A very serious battle ahead. But what you possibly didn't know is that there's an Easter egg that was put into the battle. If the player puts the code Dance Dance Malak into the cheat console for the PC version, or plugging a controller into the 4 slot on the original Xbox and pressing the left and right triggers combined with the Y button on both controllers, Darth Malak will be transformed into a dancing Twi'lek, and your character will dance too. Number 8. In the very early drafts of the game, the character Mission Vale was a Twi'lek male, and not a female. Concept art was even created for the character. Just a small change, but still, pretty interesting. Number 9. David Gaido was responsible for writing the Korriban segment of the game. He also wrote the Code of the Sith. When he was tasked with this, he asked Lucasfilm if the Sith had a code, as the Jedi did. He was then told to write his own specifically for Knights of the Old Republic. To do this, he reversed the existing Jedi Code and combined it with the ideas from the book Mein Kampf, which was written by the Nazi leader Adolf Hitler. Number 10. In an attempt to connect Knights of the Old Republic to the Dark Empire comic book trilogy, BioWare created the character Vima Sunrider, as in the comics the character Vima da Boba mentioned that her ancestor Vima Sunrider had the great skill of battle meditation. Due to trademark issues over the name Sunrider, the name was changed to Sareth Dawn, and then finally, as we know her, Bastila Shan. Okay, so that was 10 interesting Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic facts. Did I miss anything? What was your favourite fact? If you liked this episode, then hit that like button, and if you really liked this episode, then hit that subscribe button for more content every Monday. Now, enjoy your day.